Welcome to the step phase video for longandtriple.com. Before I begin, I need to recommend that if you haven't done so far, you watch the hot phase video first. The hot phase video really instructs you on how to use these first row of banana hurdles here, and the step phase is then connected when we add our second row of banana hurdles. So if you haven't watched the hot phase video, please go do that right away now instead of watching this. I don't think this video will make as much sense to you if you don't do that first. As well, a reminder from that hot phase video, we have some athletes back here that this is the first day they've ever done these drills. And I kind of wanted to just have some athletes out that could show you how easy these drills are to pick up on. But also, these athletes were interested and wanted to be part of the video, and I thought it'd be a great thing for you viewers to be able to see. So let's take a look here at the kind of connection that occurs. So we have Jalen coming over again. We saw him earlier in the hot phase really controlling his upper body, and there's not a lot of motion. When he comes down, and one thing I'm going to make sure that you are aware of is you need to keep toes up big time in this phase, okay? Or upon your landings, because when he puts his toes down, it actually does mess with posture and momentum a little bit. You got to make sure toes are up and that the landing is a heel to toe landing or a heel to flat foot landing. It almost looks like it is flat if you do it properly, but there's a little bit of a heel first landing. Well, anyway, after landing, okay, Jalen takes off with an aggressive knee and an aggressive arm, just like in a long jump. To be able to pull off this phase, which is the hardest phase in all of the triple jump, you need to be extremely aggressive with your arms and with your legs. Now, that's not happening in the first phase because it's all about control here. We're not being aggressive. Watch how things really change now. Movements are totally different for him. They're explosive, okay? There's a larger range of motion. When you're doing that second phase, you have to pretend like it's almost a long jump. You have to drive your knee, you have to drive your arm, okay, up to 90 so that you can properly get off the ground. In this phase, a lot of times what happens is athletes don't really drive their bodies upwards and outwards like Jalen did here. Instead, they just take a small step. Well, if you can perform this drill properly, and then you can make it work in your actual jumps at a meet, you are way ahead of the game when it comes to that phase. So again, we'll watch a couple of our athletes, but I just want to show you this again, just nice and controlled and powerful. Now watch the lesser experienced athlete. See how things legs kind of got a little bit out to the side and kind of goofy, and she's going really slow. This is what you should expect for a first kind of day, okay? And there were some things that went very, very well there. When she went over, she drove her knee, she drove her arms, it's out to the side a little bit, her arm, and her knee didn't get up to 90 degrees, and she's not very controlled. But ultimately, for a first day, she got really good, not really good, but she understood the first phase, the hurdle one in the other video. It's okay to then connect and say, you know what, I'm going to throw another banana hurdle in there, give it a whirl, see how you can do. Now switch feet when you land, okay? And so really take this little steps at a time, baby steps. Now, she's not like taking any real steps into this thing. She's going nice and slow so it's controlled. So this is all I'm looking for. And for a first practice of going over the first with a fairly controlled body, going over the second with a lot of good motions but not necessarily technically sound, is still really, really, really good, okay? So let's just keep watching the other athletes here, and we'll talk our way through kind of what they're doing and what's happening with them. Okay, now, this is an athlete from the hot video that kicked back a little bit more. I want you to see what happens to her in the step phase when she tries to properly pull that off. Watch. She kicks back, so everything gets a little out of sorts, okay? So she kicks back, posture kind of loses and goes down, and now arms are all over the place, and she cannot get as high as other people have. so she's not as controlled. You have to be controlled going over this second one, or you're not going to get much distance. Now, this is an athlete that has not been doing the triple jump for very long. We started doing it towards the end of this last season. She has immense potential. She just has to learn how to properly land that first phase and not kick back her leg so that she can be more aggressive on her second phase. Okay, let's watch some others. This is Nick right here. He's going to come through. He is by far our most technically capable and just proper step phase jumpers in the whole team. Very, very good at this phase. So watch the explosion here. He takes his time on the first phase, comes down and really explodes. Look at that. That is exactly what I want right there. Toes up, knees up. Arms should be driven a little bit more than that. I'm not too worried about that though. In terms of this is absolutely fantastic. If you go to our triple jump visuals page on longandtriple.com, he is the video person that we're breaking down that you can see how to perform the different parts of the triple jump properly. So this is what we're looking for. We are looking for a literal high jump in that middle phase, also known as a bound. Okay, bounding and long jump go together hand in hand. And I will be adding videos in regards to what bounding looks like and so on and so forth, so check out the site. Now, this is the one video, or the one drill, that I like to use consistently. And when athletes get really good at things, we can then space things out a little bit. Okay, let's go back here. This is that athlete that hadn't known how to do these drills prior to the day, and he's just feeling it out. Again, those were great motions for the first day of doing it. Here's a little bit more of an experienced athlete. Kind of a kickback late, but she was able to really drive her knee over that second part. And here's one of our more experienced triple jumpers coming through, Jada. Controlled, powerful, up and out. Okay, that's what we want to see right in the air. That is absolutely beautiful, just like I showed you with Nick earlier. So as the athletes get better at this, add more distance between the hurdles. Force them to add a little bit more speed in the hop phase to get out further so they can make sure they attack over the second one. Have them completely just add distance and speed as it progresses along and get more and more comfortable with it. One thing I recommend is doing as much as you can away from hard surfaces as well, because this is going to be extremely hard on the legs. Hopefully today you got a better look at some drills that could help you with the step phase, or this one drill I should say, and feel a little bit more confident in it. Good luck.